Yeah, this film kind of accidentally doubles as an advertisement for why you should only take FDA approved drugs. Who'da thunk? Hi, my name is Ryan Lane, and welcome to my review channel. So, for today's movie, I will be reviewing Saw X, directed by Kevin Greutert and starring Tobin Bell, Shawnee Smith, and Sinov Lund. So, following the events of the original Saw and preceding the events of Saw 2, John Kramer, aka Jigsaw, played once again by Tobin Bell, soon finds himself with mere months left to live thanks to aggressive brain cancer. Feeling desperate to live, John soon finds himself turning to the Peterson Project, a group that purports to be able to miraculously cure cancer. Anyway, this project is led by Cecilia Peterson, played by Sinov Lund, and so John calls her up on her offer and heads down to Mexico City, where he quote unquote undergoes a miraculous treatment. And wouldn't you know it, this miraculous treatment turned out to be too good to be true, and so John Kramer decides to do, well, what John Kramer does best. Put people in Rube Goldberg death traps, watch them die, and say, I didn't kill them. So, the screenplay suffers from some of the franchise's usual flaws. There are some plot holes regarding the Peterson Project con game, and things work out just a little too easily in John Kramer's favor regarding his plan to mete out his very skewed idea of what justice is. But what the screenplay lacks in tight narrative structure, it compensates for with surprisingly solid character work. The film actually gives Kramer and Pearson some three-dimensional characterization to work with, and it interrogates the moral depravity of both characters in a surprisingly compelling manner. At least by the franchise standards, at least. The screenplay also manages to sneak in some hilarious dark humor, like Shawnee Smith manages to sneak in a few blunt, hilarious one-liners as Amanda, and Pearson, she gets one heck of a one-liner that is as messed up on so many levels, and because of that is so hilarious, I felt bad for laughing at it. Plus, in a miracle for the series, the film actually has some well done plot twists. I mean, who'da thunk? A Saw movie with good plot twists. One of those plot twists being is that this movie actually occurs in a linear structure. Like, it goes mostly from beginning to end. It doesn't do the hyper, flashback structure of the previous movies. You can actually understand what's going on for once in the series. And, well, okay, maybe not once. Spiral had a linear structure, but Spiral was crap. Not mega crap, but still crap. Anyway, I digress. Also, the one final note about the screenplay, though. If you're not even mildly familiar with the events of Saws 1 through 7, this film will not do anything for you. And if you don't have the time to speed run through the mainline Saw entries, I recommend this. Watch the Dead Meat Kill Count videos. It's a YouTube series, and basically where a guy, James A. Janice, he counts kills and offers commentary. And yeah, I mean, it's basically your best bet to get caught up on the basic plot beats of the series and not have to actually watch the films if you don't want to. So the acting is pretty solid, with the main trio of actors, Shawnee Smith, Tobin Bell, and Lund, all giving pretty good performances. Tobin Bell turns in good work as John Kramer, aka Jigsaw. Bell, he does a good job of conveying how underneath Kramer's cognitive dissonance and his insanely high body count, Kramer, he does genuinely care about people in his own very insanely messed up way, but he care about people nonetheless. And the film does take advantage of that characterization to good effect. Shawnee Smith also does a good job as Amanda Waller, Jigsaw's apprentice, And she does a good job of showing how, I mean, she's more or less on board with what he does, aka, putting people in death traps, but she does have some reservations regarding one victim, a drug addict like herself. So I did enjoy the conflict the film sort of mined out of there. And then there's Lund. She does a good job playing Cecilia Pierce. And I feel like the film, she does a good job of conning both Kramer and to a certain extent the audience. Like you know that she's conning Kramer out of his money for a fake cure for cancer. I mean, the audience kind of already knows that going in, but she does some things in the film that genuinely caught me off guard, and I think it'll catch the audience off guard too. Like there was especially one cold blooded moment I was like, whoa. It's yeah, again, like I said, the film has some good character work here. The rest of the cast feels kind of shortchanged in terms of characterization, but they still manage to give good performances, and they even make you want to root for them to actually survive. Although, spoiler alert, not everyone will survive the traps. I mean, it's a Saw movie. If you don't know that at this point, I mean, where have you been living this whole time? Speaking of traps, can't talk about Saw movie without mentioning the traps. So the traps this time around lead to gore that is surprisingly tame for the franchise. Like, again, there is plenty of gore. Don't worry about that. But I don't know. It just the cinematography emphasizes the performance over the gore. Like, oftentimes it'll basically do what Saw 1 did, and whenever a character is like hacking off a limb or doing something just horrible to their body, oftentimes they'll cut away to the actor's face and how they're reacting. And again, as I noted with Scream 5, I like this a better approach rather than just, doing basically torture porn. So yeah, I really enjoyed that there. Plus, the film even manages to toss in a few creative variations on the traps as well. I will say this, one annoying thing about the traps is that on occasion the film does fall back on the BS, seizure-inducing, hyper-editing style of the prior films, but thankfully these moments are few and far between. So, though it won't do anything for the unconverted, Saw X will satisfy longtime fans thanks to a renewed focus on the titular character and refreshingly linear storytelling. So, with all that in mind, I will be giving Saw X 3 out of 5 stars. Anyway, thank you for watching. Have a good rest of your day. If you like this review and would like to see more like it, be sure to like and subscribe and leave a comment down below. And for today's comment section prompt of the day, what is your favorite Saw movie and why?